Did you know the greatest engineering secret of ancient Egypt may have never been the pyramids themselves, but the invisible hydraulic systems hidden beneath the sand? For centuries, humanity stared at the pyramids and asked the wrong question. People asked, how did they lift the stones? But maybe the real question was, how did they control an entire river? And the most shocking part? Some archaeologists and engineers now believe the ancient Egyptians may have transformed the Nile into a gigantic machine capable of powering one of the greatest construction projects in human history. Before we uncover the lost engineering secrets buried beneath Egypt, subscribe now and follow for more shocking, untold historical mysteries and hidden truths from ancient civilizations, because this story changes everything. Around 2580 BC, during the reign of Khufu, Egypt entered one of the most powerful periods in human history. The civilization stretched along the Nile like a living machine. Cities flourished. Trade exploded. Astronomers mapped the skies. Engineers shaped mountains into monuments. And at the center of it all stood the project that would immortalize Egypt forever, Great Pyramid of Giza. But here is the terrifying truth. Even today, modern engineers still debate how it was actually built. The Great Pyramid originally stood around 146 meters tall. It contained approximately 2.3 million stone blocks. Some weighed 2 tons. Others, especially the granite beams above the king's chamber, weighed more than 70 tons each. And many of those stones came from quarries located hundreds of kilometers away near Aswan. Now think about this carefully. The Egyptians achieved this more than 4,500 years ago. No engines, no steel cranes, no industrial machinery, no modern roads. And yet, they created structures so precise that some joints between stones are thinner than a credit card. How? That single question has haunted historians for generations. For decades, the traditional explanation sounded simple. Human labor. Thousands of workers pulling sleds through the desert. But new discoveries are forcing experts to rethink everything. In 2013, archaeologists made a discovery near the Red Sea coast at Wadi al-Jarf that shocked the historical world. Inside hidden caves, researchers uncovered ancient papyrus scrolls. These documents became known as the Diary of Mirror, and they changed history. Because Mirror was real, an ancient Egyptian official, a transportation inspector working during Khufu's reign. And inside his records, he described something extraordinary. He documented crews transporting massive limestone blocks along specially engineered Nile canals directly toward Giza. Not random transportation, not chaos, a highly organized logistical operation. The Nile River itself had become part of the construction system. Think about what that means. Ancient Egypt may not have simply used the Nile for survival. They engineered it. Canals connected quarries to pyramid sites. Artificial waterways extended deep inland. Temporary ports and harbor systems appeared near construction zones. The desert itself transformed during flood seasons. And suddenly, moving giant stones no longer seems impossible, because water changes everything. A 70-ton stone impossible to drag across sand becomes manageable when floating on carefully balanced barges. This was not primitive labor. This was advanced logistical engineering. And the deeper researchers investigate, the more sophisticated Egypt becomes. But then another mystery appeared. A controversial engineering theory published by researchers studying the step pyramid complex of Djoser suggested something almost unbelievable. What if water pressure itself helped lift stones? According to some hydraulic theories, ancient engineers may have used enclosed shafts, underground water chambers, sediment basins, and controlled flood systems beneath pyramid complexes. In other words, water-powered lifting systems. Now, to be clear, this theory remains debated. Many archaeologists disagree, but the evidence raising these questions is real. Researchers identified possible ancient water control structures near Saqqara, massive enclosures, channels, basins, systems that may have manipulated floodwater in ways nobody fully understood before. And suddenly, the pyramids stop looking like simple monuments. They begin looking like machines. But the mysteries do not end there, because transporting stones was only one challenge. Cutting them was another. The granite used inside the Great Pyramid is incredibly hard, harder than many modern metals, and yet Egyptian masons shaped it with astonishing smoothness. How? Most historians believe workers used copper chisels, dolerite pounding stones, and sand abrasion techniques. And experiments prove this was possible. But there's still a problem. Some cuts and alignments appear unbelievably precise. Modern researchers examining casing stones discovered surfaces aligned with incredible accuracy over enormous distances. Even the pyramid itself aligns almost perfectly with true north. The error is tiny, smaller than many later structures built thousands of years afterward. So, how did they do it? No satellites, no GPS, no compasses, only stars. Some historians believe Egyptian astronomers tracked circumpolar stars to establish near-perfect alignment. Others think shadow measurements and solar observations played a role. Whatever the method was, it worked. And perhaps that's the most shocking part of ancient Egypt. Not magic, not aliens. Human intelligence, human observation, human engineering pushed to astonishing extremes. But here's another fact most people never hear. The pyramid builders were likely not giant populations of slaves. Excavations near Giza uncovered worker villages containing bakeries, sleeping quarters, medical areas, and organized food systems. Workers received bread, beer, medical treatment. Some labor teams even had names. This was not random suffering. This was national-scale organization, a gigantic state-controlled industrial operation thousands of years before modern industry existed. Imagine the coordination required. Stone quarry operations near Aswan, river transportation schedules timed with Nile floods, food deliveries feeding thousands daily, architects calculating angles, surveyors mapping foundations, astronomers tracking stars, engineers stabilizing ramps, boat crews navigating canals, doctors treating injuries, everything functioning together like a living machine. And all of it centered around one terrifying idea. The pharaoh was divine. The pyramids were not just tombs. They were psychological weapons, monuments designed to project eternal power. Even today, they still dominate the landscape. They still make humans feel small. And maybe that was the point all along. But then the story becomes even stranger, because modern technology has discovered mysteries hidden inside the pyramids themselves. Using Muon scanning technology, scientists detected enormous unexplained voids hidden within the Great Pyramid, unknown chambers, empty spaces, structures nobody expected, and nobody knows exactly why they exist. Could they be construction spaces, relieving chambers, hidden corridors, or something historians still do not understand? Questions continue multiplying, and every new answer seems to create even bigger mysteries. Then there's the mystery of the missing casing stones. Originally, the Great Pyramid was covered in polished white limestone casing stones, so reflective they may have shined brilliantly under sunlight. Some historians believe the pyramid could have appeared almost glowing from miles away. Imagine approaching Giza thousands of years ago and seeing a gigantic geometric mountain reflecting sunlight across the desert horizon. Not ruined stone, a perfect engineered monument. An artificial mountain built with mathematical precision. And remember, all of this happened during a civilization many people still wrongly imagine as primitive. But ancient Egypt was not primitive. It was one of the most organized civilizations on Earth. It mastered agriculture, water management, astronomy, state logistics, architecture, mass labor coordination, and possibly hydraulic engineering systems still not fully understood today. Now ask yourself something terrifying. If ancient civilizations achieved this level of engineering over 4,000 years ago, what knowledge disappeared forever? How many discoveries were lost when kingdoms collapsed? How many techniques vanished beneath sand, war, and time? Because history is fragile. Libraries burn, empires fall, knowledge disappears. And perhaps humanity has forgotten more than it remembers. That possibility changes everything, because the pyramids may represent more than Egypt's greatness. They may represent the surviving fragments of an engineering revolution lost to history. And beneath the sands of Giza, there may still be secrets waiting, hidden tunnels, buried canals, unknown chambers, forgotten systems, technologies erased by time itself, and maybe one future excavation, one hidden chamber, one buried document, could completely rewrite the story of human civilization. So next time you look at the pyramids, don't just see stone. See mathematics. See astronomy. See logistics. See hydraulics. See one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history. And ask yourself, what if the ancient world was far more advanced than we ever imagined? In the next episode, we uncover another shocking mystery buried beneath ancient civilizations and forgotten empires. So subscribe and comment. Do you believe ancient Egypt used engineering methods modern historians still don't fully understand? Because the next discovery might change history forever.